A homeless woman sits silently on a park bench while teenagers film her for TikTok views. A businessman calls her worthless. A crowd gathers to mock her. Then 3 black SUVs pull up, and a 4-star general steps out and salutes. What he reveals next will shatter everything you thought you knew about the invisible people around you. This is a true story about sacrifice, and it will break your heart.
The coffee cup hit Sarah's shoulder before she even saw it coming. Cold liquid soaked through her green army jacket, the one with the holes in both elbows and the name tape torn off years ago. She didn't look up, didn't move, just kept staring at the bronze statue across the park, the one with the soldier holding a rifle. "Yo, did you see that? I got it on video." A teenage boy in a Supreme hoodie held up his phone, laughing. His friend grabbed the phone, already typing. "Bro, this is going straight to TikTok. Crazy homeless lady doesn't even react. It's gonna blow up." Sarah's fingers tightened around the wooden bench. Her bench. She'd sat here every single day for 3 years, 2 months, and 16 days. The wood had smoothed under her hands. She knew every crack, every carving. Someone had scratched "Jenny and Mike forever" on the armrest. It made her think about forever, about how long forever actually lasted. "Ma'am, you need to move." A police officer stood in front of her now, young, maybe 25. His hand rested on his belt. "We got complaints. You're scaring the families." Sarah's eyes stayed on the statue. The bronze soldier never moved, never got tired, never had to explain. "I'm talking to you." The officer's voice got harder. "You hear me?" Behind him, a woman pulled her daughter away, clutching the little girl's hand tight. The little girl's pink backpack had a unicorn on it. She was maybe 6, with pigtails and light-up sneakers that blinked red and blue with each step. The little girl looked back at Sarah, her face scrunched up with questions her mother wouldn't let her ask. "Mommy, why is that lady so dirty?" "Don't look at her, Emma." But Emma kept looking. Kids always did. They hadn't learned how to make people invisible yet. The officer's radio crackled. He answered it, walked a few steps away, then came back. "Look, if you're still here in 20 minutes, I'm calling social services. You understand?" Sarah nodded once. Slow, small. The officer left, shaking his head, probably telling himself he tried to help. They all told themselves that. More people gathered now. Not to help, to watch, to record. A man in a business suit talked loud into his phone, his face red. "Yeah, I'm at Lincoln Park. No, it's disgusting. Right here where our kids play. This is exactly what I'm talking about. The city's gone to hell." He walked closer, still on his phone but looking right at Sarah. "Look at this. Just sitting there like she owns the place, probably on drugs." He took a picture. "I'm sending this to the mayor's office. This is unacceptable." Sarah's jaw clenched. Her teeth ground together so hard it hurt. The businessman didn't know her teeth were fake, all of them. She'd lost the real ones in 2019. Different story, different pain. "Hey, I'm talking to you." The businessman ended his call, stepped right in front of her. "You know there's shelters, right? Jobs? Or is this easier? Just sit here and beg?" Sarah's eyes moved from the statue to his shoes. Expensive, leather, shiny. She could see her reflection in them, warped and broken.
Nothing to say? Figures. He turned to the crowd that had formed, maybe 15 people now, all with phones out. "This is our tax dollars, folks. This is what we're paying for." A woman in yoga pants nodded. "It's really sad, but there's resources. My church has a program." "She doesn't want help," someone else said. "They never do." Sarah's hands started shaking, not from cold, not from hunger, from something deeper, something that lived in her bones now. She pressed her palms flat on the bench, trying to make it stop. The teenagers were closer now, one of them doing a fake news reporter voice into his phone. "This is Chad reporting live from Lincoln Park, where local crazy lady refuses to speak. Viewer count is at 42,000. Yo, that's insane." His friend zoomed in on Sarah's face. "Dude, look at her eyes. She's literally not even there. It's like she's a robot or something." The businessman bent down, his face inches from Sarah's. She could smell his cologne, something expensive that made her stomach turn. "What's your story, huh? What's your excuse?" Sarah's lips moved. No sound came out at first. Then, barely a whisper. "Pardon me, sir." "What? Speak up." "Pardon me." Louder now. Her voice cracked from not using it. "I just need to sit here. Just today, please." "Just today?" the businessman laughed, harsh and sharp. "Lady, you're here every day. I walk through this park every morning. You're always here." "Today's different." Sarah's eyes met his for the first time. Something in them made him step back. "Today's November 5th. "So? What? What's special about—" The sound of engines cut him off. Heavy engines. 3 black SUVs pulled up to the curb, moving in formation like they'd done it 1,000 times. The lead vehicle had small American flags on the front, government plates. The crowd went quiet. Phones stayed up, but the laughter stopped. A man stepped out of the middle SUV, tall, gray-haired, wearing a dark suit that fit perfect. But his walk was what made everyone stare. Straight-backed, purposeful, the kind of walk that said he'd never asked permission for anything in his life. 2 other men in suits flanked him, hands near their jackets. He walked straight towards Sarah, past the businessman, past the teenagers, past the cop who'd come back and now stood frozen, hand on his radio. The man stopped 3 feet from the bench, and then he saluted. Crisp, formal, his hands snapped to his forehead and held there. "Major Sarah Jennings, it's an honor, ma'am." Sarah's face crumbled. Her whole body started shaking now, not just her hands. Tears cut clean lines down her dirty cheeks. The businessman's mouth hung open. The teenagers' phones wavered. Someone in the crowd whispered, "Wait, what?" The man in the suit held his salute, waiting. The bronze statue seemed to watch, frozen in time, as Sarah slowly, so slowly, lifted her hand. Her fingers trembled. Her arm shook, but she raised it, touched her forehead, and returned the salute. "General Mitchell." Her voice broke completely. "Sir, I can't." "Yes, you can, Major. On your feet, soldier."
If this story is touching your heart, please hit that like button and subscribe. These stories need to be told, and your support helps us share the truth about our forgotten heroes. Now, let's continue.
Sarah tried to stand, but her legs wouldn't work. 3 years of sitting, of not moving, of being invisible, her body had forgotten how. General Mitchell stepped forward, offered his hand. She stared at it like it might disappear, like everything might disappear. "I got you, Sarah. Come on." His hand was warm, solid, real. Sarah grabbed it and pulled herself up. Her knees nearly buckled, but he steadied her, his other hand on her elbow.
The crowd pressed closer now, phones recording everything, but their faces had changed. The mockery was gone. Now there was confusion, questions, shame creeping in at the edges. "Someone want to tell me what's happening?" The businessman's voice was smaller now, uncertain. General Mitchell didn't look at him, kept his eyes on Sarah. "You good, Major?" She nodded, wiping her face with her sleeve, smearing dirt across her cheeks. "Why are you here, sir? How did you—" "Your sister called my office yesterday, said you'd be here today, said you're always here on November 5th, but today was different." He paused, his jaw tight. "She was worried you might not make it to tomorrow." Sarah's laugh came out like a sob. "Melissa needs to stop worrying. She's your sister. It's her job." Mitchell turned to face the crowd for the first time. His voice got harder, the kind of hard that made generals. "Everyone recording this? Good. Keep recording. Post it everywhere. I want people to see this." The teenage boy with the Supreme hoodie lowered his phone slightly. "See what?" "See what you almost destroyed." He gestured to Sarah. "This woman, Major Sarah Jennings, served 3 tours in Afghanistan. She led Echo Company, 2nd Battalion, during Operation Nightfall. You know what that was?" Silence. Head shakes. Emma, the little girl with the unicorn backpack, had somehow slipped away from her mother and stood at the front now, eyes wide. November 5th, 2019. Major Jennings got intelligence that a school in Kandahar province had been rigged with explosives. Taliban wanted to kill 200 kids to make a point. 200. Mitchell's voice cracked slightly. Her orders were to wait for EOD, bomb squad, wait for backup. You know what she did? Sarah closed her eyes. "Sir, please don't. She went in anyway." Mitchell wasn't stopping. "Took her whole company into that building. 12 soldiers. They found 43 IEDs wired to a cell phone trigger. They had 8 minutes before school started. 8 minutes before buses full of kids showed up. The businessman had gone pale. The yoga pants woman had her hand over her mouth. The police officer stood perfectly still, his radio forgotten. Major Jennings sent her team out, made them leave. She stayed." Mitchell looked at Sarah, his eyes wet now. "Alone, she stayed and tried to disarm the primary device. It detonated when she cut the 3rd wire. The blast took out the entire west wall." Emma's small voice cut through the quiet. "Did the kids die?" "No, sweetheart." Mitchell crouched down to her level. "The kids lived, every single one, because Major Jennings absorbed the blast. Her body protected the main charges from chain reacting. She saved 200 children." Emma looked at Sarah with something like wonder. "You're a hero." Sarah shook her head hard. No, I'm not. My soldiers, 3 of them came back. They came back from me even after I ordered them out. Rodriguez, Chen, and Kowalski, they pulled me from the rubble. Rodriguez lost both his legs. Chen lost an arm. Kowalski, she couldn't finish. Kowalski died protecting you during the medvac. Took a sniper round meant for you. He was 23 years old.
The businessman sat down hard on the bench, his expensive suit wrinkling. His phone slipped from his hand onto the concrete. Nobody picked it up. "After that," Mitchell continued, "Major Jennings spent 2 years in Walter Reed. 17 surgeries. Traumatic brain injury. PTSD so severe she couldn't be in rooms with more than 2 people. The VA gave her pills. Lots of pills. She took them for a while." Sarah's voice was hollow. "Until I stopped. Stopped the pills. Stopped going to appointments. Stopped answering my phone. Stopped eating. Stopped sleeping inside because the walls," she gestured around wildly, "the walls got too close. Everything got too close." "Your unit looked for you," Mitchell said. "When you disappeared 18 months ago, they searched.
I searched. You're good at hiding. I'm good at failing. Sarah's tears came hard now, ugly and raw. Rodriguez is in a wheelchair because of me. Chan can't hold his daughter because of me. Gowalski's mother buried her son because I couldn't wait 8 damn minutes for backup. No, Mitchell snapped like a whip. Kowalski's mother wrote you letters. 73 letters. You never opened them, did you? Sarah shook her head. Mitchell pulled an envelope from his jacket, worn, folded. She gave me this last week, asked me to find you, to read it to you. He unfolded it with careful hands. Dear Major Jennings, you don't know me, but I know you. My son talked about you every time he called home. He said you were the best officer he ever served under. He said you treated your soldiers like family. He said the day you went into that school, you told them all to leave, and they refused. They refused, Major, because they loved you, because you taught them that some things are worth dying for. My son died protecting someone who had just saved 200 children. He died doing exactly what he wanted to do. Please stop punishing yourself for giving him purpose. Please stop hiding from the hero you are. Please come home. The silence was absolute. Even the traffic noise seemed to fade. Emma walked forward and hugged Sarah's leg, just wrapped her small arms around it and held on. Sarah looked down at her, this tiny girl with light-up shoes, and something broke. She collapsed to her knees, and Emma hugged her tighter, getting dirt and tears all over her clean pink jacket. Emma's mother started forward, but stopped, tears streaming down her own face. "I'm so tired," Sarah whispered into Emma's hair. "I'm so tired of seeing their faces, of hearing the explosion, of being here while they're alive, Sarah." Mitchell knelt beside her. "Rodriguez just got married. Chen's daughter started kindergarten. They're alive because you gave them a chance to get out. And 200 Afghan kids grew up because you didn't wait. You hear me? 200 kids have birthdays and school plays and first crushes because of what you did."
The crowd had grown, maybe 50 people now. The teenagers had their phones down, just watching. The businessman was crying openly, his head in his hands. The police officer had removed his hat and stood at attention. A woman pushed through the crowd, older, with Sarah's eyes and nose. "Sarah!" Sarah's voice broke on her sister's name. Melissa. Ran the last few steps and dropped down beside her. "You idiot, you beautiful idiot. I've been looking everywhere. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know you are." Melissa pulled her sister close, not caring about the smell or the dirt or the 3 years of distance. "But you're not doing this alone anymore. You hear me? No more bench, no more hiding." General Mitchell stood, addressing the crowd. "Major Jennings has been offered full reinstatement of her military benefits, including housing and medical care. She's also been recommended for the Medal of Honor, 6 years late, but the paperwork's finally cleared Congress." The businessman stood up fast. I didn't know. God, I didn't know. I called you." He couldn't finish, just stood there, his expensive shoes and expensive suit meaning nothing at all. Sarah looked at him, really looked at him. "You didn't ask." 2 words, simple, true. They hit harder than any speech. "None of you asked," Sarah said louder, standing now with Melissa's help. "You saw dirty clothes and a bench and decided you knew everything, decided I was lazy, decided I was nothing." She looked around at all the phones, all the faces. "How many other people did you walk past today? How many other invisible people did you decide weren't worth knowing?" The yoga pants woman stepped forward. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." Others echoed her. "Sorry.
Sorry, sorry. The words spread through the crowd like a wave. Emma tugged Sarah's hand. Will you come to my school? We're learning about heroes. Sarah looked at General Mitchell, at Melissa, at the bronze statue that had kept her company for 3 years, 2 months, and 16 days, at the bench that had held her when nothing else could. Maybe, she said to Emma, maybe I will. Mitchell's driver brought a blanket from the SUV, clean and warm. Melissa wrapped it around Sarah's shoulders while the general made calls, arranging immediate transport to Walter Reed. The crowd started to disperse, slowly, quietly, many of them deleting videos, their faces changed by what they'd seen. The teenage boy approached last, his Supreme hoodie pulled up now like he wanted to hide. "Ma'am, I posted some really messed up stuff about you. I'm going to delete it all, and I'm sorry, really sorry." Sarah studied him. "What's your name?" "Chad." "Chad, you want to do something useful with that phone?" He nodded eagerly, desperately. "Start asking people their stories. Before you record, before you post, before you decide who they are." She touched his phone gently. "This thing's powerful. Don't waste it on cruelty." "Yes, ma'am, I won't. I promise." As the SUVs prepared to leave, Sarah took one last look at her bench, at the park, at the bronze soldier who'd stood guard over her grief. "You ready, Major?" Mitchell asked. Sarah turned to face him, straightened her shoulders, found that piece of herself she thought was gone forever. "Yes, sir." Emma waved from her mother's arms as they drove away, her light-up shoes blinking red and blue, like tiny beacons guiding the way home.
Sarah's story reminds us that every person we pass has a story we don't know. If this moved you, please subscribe and share this video. Hit the notification bell so you never miss stories about real American heroes who deserve to be seen. Comment below if you've ever walked past someone without knowing their story. Let's start a conversation. Thank you for watching, and remember, always ask before you judge.